Hi guys, welcome to Fourth Moment Pitchside, and we're here at Engen Knockout Challenge 2022. It's the 20th anniversary of the tournament, and with me we have one of our SA local legends, Mr. Stanton Fredericks. Stanton, welcome to the Fourth Moment.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and it's always cold when I'm here in Cape Town, but yeah.
I think it's the Joburgers that bring the weather here, the cold weather. Listen, Stanton, we want to talk to you about the Engen Knockout Challenge. You are one of the ambassadors, but before we get there, maybe tell us, I think a lot of people know about Stanton Fredericks, but maybe the younger players don't. So you want to give us a short bio on Stanton Fredericks?
Yeah, it just shows the older you get, you realize that by the youngsters, your parents know me, you don't know me. So, yeah, so my name is Stanton, the nickname Stiga Fredericks.
The first official Stiga?
The only Stiga, okay. Yeah. Tell Mr. Lewis there. Yeah, so I started my career at Wits University. I then moved across to Kaizer Chiefs. I played for all the junior national teams, including the national team Bafana Bafana. My first stint overseas was in Switzerland for Grasshopper Zurich. After that, I moved on to play in Russia for 3 years for FC Moscow. Thereafter, I played in Greece for FC Pierikos and PAOK for 4 years. And I came back to South Africa where I played for Wits and I ended my career.
So it's quite a lot of international football that you've played. Have any sniff in sort of European competition?
Yeah, I played 2 games in the what's now known as the Europa Cup for Grasshopper Zurich against Galatasaray. Is that fine?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I think just blessed to have an opportunity because I come from humble beginnings. I'm originally from Westbury Nuclear in Johannesburg.
Okay.
Where obviously the same story, and it's not just a story where drugs, gangsterism is rife. And through football, I managed to earn a living out of football, and it really changed my life.
Okay. Just before we go on to the Engen, so yes, you're also from I suppose a common background of a lot of players, social ills in the community.
Yep.
Any sort of word for youngsters finding themselves in that position at the moment? You know, it's a struggle, especially nowadays. Economic times we're living in is quite tough. But there's probably a player out there watching. Any sort of, little tips you can give somebody?
So for me, I think sport of any kind is an escape, number one. It keeps you away from the wrong things. And through sport, there's so many life lessons that can be learned. It's about discipline. It's about timekeeping. It's about dedication. It's about learning to work in a team environment, So I think if you dedicated to something that'll keep you away from the wrong things, there's always an opportunity in that. Because if not everybody becomes a professional footballer. But what the attributes you find in sport and in football, if you apply that in any space in life, you will become successful. You know? So for me, I think so important to engage in sport and team sports, and that teaches you so many different lessons that you can use going forward.
And obviously nowadays in sport, there are so many industries within sport.
Yep.
Media, anything, journalism, anything.
Exactly. Like if you don't become a professional footballer, there's the administration part, there's the physiotherapy side. Football has changed now because there's physical trainers as well. There's analysts as well, which is full-time, So there's a broad array. Let's just talk football there, So it doesn't mean you don't become a professional footballer, you can't stay in the game.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk a bit about Engen. You ambassador for the tournament. How long is that? When did that start?
Yeah, I'm real passionate about being part of the Engen tournament. It's a 20th edition. That just shows you the pedigree of this competition. It is my 4th year as an ambassador. And for me, it's just brilliant to see the different types of football in the different regions in South Africa. In Cape Town, you get physical, direct football. In Johannesburg, there's a lot of flair.
Okay.
In Durban, there's a lot of flair as well. So when it comes together in the Champ of Champs, it's always exciting to see the different types of football coming up against each other and who eventually wins. I've got a bit of a problem with Western Province because even when I was at school, they always win all sporting codes, all games, So there's definitely
that's your problem.
That's my problem. There's a lot of talent here in Western Province, and but once again, just brilliant to be part of it. And you see how great this tournament is because players, so many professionals currently playing in the PSL have come to the Engen knockout.
Yeah. As an ambassador, what does that actually mean? What is your duty? What's your job portfolio?
Well, I think it's just rubbing shoulders with the boys and the coaches and discussing the tactics and who's the favorite players here and what's the challenges that they face within their communities and their teams. And resources is always a problem.
Yes.
But just to know about it and Engen obviously trying to assist them. And for me as a youngster, just to travel to another province in a team, in a bus, staying in a hotel, it changed your life. So that's part of what Engen, the opportunities they give to the winning teams.
Yeah. And this version now, it's our second day. See anything you like, see anybody you like, the type of football that's being played?
A lot of quality, yeah. But for me, it's just brilliant to see how close the sort of academies teams are, the Spurs and the Cape Town cities, are to the likes of the Grassy Park or Airbnb. There's not a major difference, and that shows you the level of coaching in the Western Cape. So. Interesting fact, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, definitely it's a good thing. I think that for Cape Town, we've all noticed it, where the gap between the community football and your academy setup is definitely getting going. And you're right, it's because of the coaching. You were at the Joburg version last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
I think was it Chiefs that won it eventually?
Chiefs won it, yeah.
Yeah. So how did that go for you?
So because I'm from Joburg, I'm always going to lean on Joburg's side.
And a former Chiefs player.
And a former Chiefs player, so that's good. But I must say that tournament football and playing good football it's a big thing, and you often find that the teams that play good football don't win the tournament. Like last year, and I'm not having a go at the winners, because you still got to do something good to win the tournament. But the likes of Jomo Cosmos won it last year. The year before that was Amazulu, and they were not necessarily the best football playing sides. So at this stage of football, it's not about winning. Winning is secondary. It's about developing the method of play, the style of play, being a bit competitive, because the duration of the games is 25 minutes.
Yes,
it's not a full game. So sometimes you're not always going to get it your way. So it's interesting to see how they change from group stages to knockouts. You're going to see players taking less risks, being a bit more direct. Coaches are also going to say, stop dilly-dallying. We can't always play from the back. So it's nice to see the different types of football that teams play when it comes to group stages compared to the
knockout stages. Okay, look, thanks Stanton. I think that's all we need to know. And thanks for sharing your expertise with us. May you continue doing the good job for Engen.
Thanks for having me. Thank you, guys.
Alright, guys, that was Stanton Fredericks here live pitchside at the Engen Knockout Challenge in Langa. And until next time.